You are not meant to stay stagnant in one place. You are not meant to stay in chaos and trauma. We all go through our own battles and our own experiences that help us grow. And some of us stay in that trauma. We stay consumed by it. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Mind in the Middle. I'm your girl, Natasia, and here is where I talk about everything revolved around personal growth, mindset, spirituality, and everything in between. In today's episode, I will be basically just talking about the things that I wish I would have known before doing the inner work. I have been on my personal growth journey for about 7 years now, and I am still unlearning things. I am still healing from things. Okay. I feel like it just never ends. The learning never ends. I have gotten a lot of more awareness. I've gotten a lot more clarity on the type of person that I am and the experiences that I've had, and I've made peace with a lot of things. But there are some things that I feel like, dang, if only I knew this, if only I knew what I was in store for, maybe I wouldn't have put myself through so much. But it's all divine. It's great when you realize that there's more to yourself than just the things that you've been through or the people in your life. And there are things that you have to discover within yourself that only you can discover. To me, personal growth is not just about feeling better about yourself. Although that's something that comes with it, personal growth is really like going into the depths of yourself and learning and unlearning a lot of things that help you not only process life, the life around you, the people around you, but also yourself, how to process your emotions, your thoughts, how to deal with the uncontrollable things in life, because there are things that just aren't in our control, and we still have to deal with those things. We still are accountable for how we react to those things. And realizing that is, to me, like one of the most important things when it comes to embarking on a personal growth journey. I feel like this is really all just a part of the human experience. It's a part of why we're here, to find ourselves, to step into the completion of ourselves. The reason why I feel like it's so important to focus on your personal growth and to prioritize, feeding yourself with things that are going to help you heal, help you expand, is because you are not meant to stay stagnant in one place. You are not meant to stay in chaos and trauma. We all go through our own battles and our own experiences that help us grow. And some of us stay in that trauma. We stay consumed by it. Whereas it's really meant for you to grow and expand. You don't know what you want until you know what you don't want. You don't know what you like until you've experienced things that you don't like. And some of those things that we've had to go through may have been horrific, may have been horrible, but there's always opportunity for healing and for growing and for letting go and releasing. Okay, so now let's get into the things that I wish I knew before doing the inner work. One is I would be so much more sensitive. I was one of those people who bottled all my emotions up, let things brush off until I exploded. And I felt like that was how you're supposed to properly deal with your emotions. You just keep it in until you can't take no more. And so once I really started doing the inner work and understanding my emotions, the purpose of my emotions, and how honestly toxic it is to harbor things within you and just let it fester opposed to letting it go, releasing, I became way more sensitive. And I've told myself, sometimes I just need to cry. there may not be anything really wrong or anything, but I just need that release. And it's so healing. So I have learned to appreciate crying and expressing and communicating my emotions. Another thing is I feel like even with other people's energy, I just feel everything so intensely. Like I can immediately feel when things are off with a person. And one of the things that I'm really trying to work on now is not letting other people's energy and other people's auras and all of that to affect mine and impact mine in a way that doesn't feel good to me. And one thing that I had to learn is that being vulnerable is not weak. You're actually, in my opinion, strong of a person when you can be vulnerable, because it is scary. It's scary to put yourself out there. It's scary to mess up in front of people. It's scary to cry and showing the low vibe parts of yourself. Another thing that I wish I knew before doing the inner work is that I would feel so isolated. Now in my journey, I feel like I have definitely a lot of people that I could call on and talk to. My mom, for one. Like, my mom is she's just a queen in my eyes. Like, she's taught me really like everything I know, and she will tell other people that I teach her things, but I've learned so much from her. And a lot of the things that I do with my meditation and understanding spirituality and the laws of the universe and stuff has started from my mom showing us that as kids. And she wasn't intentionally like showing us like, here, this is how you do this, but she was just on her own journey and allowed us to see that and experience that. So because of her, I always have, and I'm so grateful for my mom. If you have your mom, like, cherish her, cherish your mother. But yeah, that is one person in particular that I can always call on that's going to understand where I'm coming from. In the beginning, when I started my journey, I did go through a point of isolation because it was like it hit me that you are living your life. No one else. No one's coming to save you. Like, especially when I got out of high school and I was in college and I kind of just started trying to figure out my own way, I was like, I'm responsible for myself. Like, I know, like, it's just a lot to take in when you really think about it. And even with having family and having friends that love you and support you and all of that, it's like you really understand that, like, I'm living this life. Regardless of who's there to help me along, the things that I do, the decisions that I make affect me directly. And so it put this like shield over me that was like, okay, only I understand what I'm going through. And when that happens, when you feel that way, you kind of just isolate yourself. You don't talk to the people that you probably would normally talk to. And I think, like, to a certain extent, isolation is to be expected because you need that solitude to, one, process, but also because some people are just not going to be able to relate to you anymore. Some people are not going to support you evolving and thinking that things that maybe were cool before are not cool now. Another thing that I wish I would have known is that I would have to face the dark parts of myself. I would have to face my insecurities, my jealousies, my anger. I would have to go through that dark stage. I went through a really deep, dark depression before I got into a good space and got into the curiosity of like, okay, like, who am I? You know, like, what is all this for? It came from me coming from a dark place. The next thing that I wish I would have known is that it would take time for me to break out of certain cycles. I feel like we all go through cycles. We all have to bring cycles into completion. We have certain habits, certain characteristics about ourselves that it's just hard to let go. And it sticks with us. Or I would go through my depressive moods where I had a lot of self-doubt and a lot of negative thoughts and limiting thoughts. Like I would even tell my fiance, like, I just feel like I'm going through a cycle. Like I keep going through this same cycle. What I'm feeling right now, I felt before. And I want to get out of that. I want to break away from that cycle. There are ebbs and flows in life. Just because things are low or things are down for you at the moment doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. It doesn't mean that you are a bad person. It may mean that there needs to be some type of change, but it's a part of life. As women, we biologically go through cycles. The moon has cycles. Everything is cyclical. It took me a while to really understand that and to really embrace and accept that. And the last thing before doing the inner work was that the journey never ends. You may think in your mind that you have a certain goal or a destination that you're trying to reach, but I promise you there will be more for you to learn. There will be more that you desire, and your journey will continue. And it's not to say that you will never heal. It's not to say that you will never grow and that you'll keep going through the same things. It's just to say that you will grow and you will expand, but there will be even more for you to learn. But when you have done the work and you have practiced understanding your emotions, understanding your thoughts and how you process things, understanding how you can shift your perspective, you can shift your mindset. When you take control of that, then you will know how to deal with those obstacles or whatever you go through in the future in a way that's harmonious, in a way that's more of ease. A lot of times we put ourselves through so much suffering that's really unnecessary. We hold on to so many things of the past. We let other people's energy affect us that has nothing to do with us. We let other people's opinions affect us that really have nothing to do with us. And you don't have to go through it. You don't have to feel negative all the time. You don't have to be stressed out all the time. You can live a harmonious and happy and peaceful life and have harmonious and peaceful relationships and thrive and still learn, but thrive. So with all that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you've gotten this far, I hope that this video gave you some value. Please be sure to like and comment. Hope you all live in love, live in light, and we'll chat on the next one. Bye.